did it get a little heady here working with top stars and the success of Mulan and getting the reactions that you guys did based on your work?
Yeah, it was a heady time at Disney, period. Not just for Tony and I, but at Disney. The movies, ever since Lion King, of course, because this is Mulan, a couple films later,
Mhm.
where they were just making tons of money. And of course, now and it's a whole nother story, and a lot of people have heard this story, but that's when DreamWorks was starting up, was right after Lion King. And I remember getting a call on Pocahontas from Jeffrey Katzenberg right at my desk at Disney. He called me and like, hey, I'm coming into Florida. We're going to talk to some people and we'd love to have you work on our film, and that was right when they were just starting up on Prince of Egypt.
Right.
And so what ended up happening was, and this is a very short version of that, is everybody started lawyering up. All the animators, we were now being treated like at least B-cast celebrities.
Yeah, we were like players in Hollywood all of a sudden.
Yeah, like you would get mentions in a magazine sometimes. You would get opportunities that where Jeffrey Katzenberg would call you at your desk. You would get these and money was the big thing, was that we were all making the kind of money that none of us even dreamed. Because like I told you at the beginning of this, Tony and I didn't get in it for the money. We didn't get in it. We thought there was no money in it when we got into it. We thought we would be lucky just to have a job. And here we were at this point where, and Tony and I both had gotten to at least a leadership role about that point, where we were at least, medium to high level players, not the highest, of course, but enough that we could, get good offers and things like that. But there was a negative side to it. It was a dark side too that ended up killing the industry. Of course, was we all did make too much money. Everybody started, because DreamWorks was crazy. They were like, no, whatever you're making over there, we're going to double it. It was that kind of talk. And then Disney would come to you and go, we heard that you got a call from Jeffrey. How did you know that? And they would find things out.
And there was gossip going around. There was people, every lunch was like animators saying, did you hear what this guy over here made? Or, oh, she went over to DreamWorks and you know what she negotiated? Oh my gosh, I got to get a lawyer. I got to, and it did. It became this pressure, this boiling pot of this can't last forever. Although at the time, when something's right in front of you, it seems like, oh, this is just how it's going to be now. Now we're players and now, hey, we have this value, and it starts going to your head and like, hey, don't tell me I got to draw now too. What? I'm just making my money.
It's crazy to say this, but I'm going to be bold and say that really the success of Lion King killed 2D animation. It really did.
Wow.
Honestly, Tony, because that's a big beginning of the domino effect.
You know what? I love that. Yes. I mean,
that's a very sage.
Well, it was the beginning of the domino effect. That movie made so much money that trickled down. Now Disney, DreamWorks, everybody got into the business. Everybody started making 2D animated movies, and they made bad ones. And like you can go off in so many different directions from Lion King to show how everything went bad, and it was a pursuit of money. Like everybody wanted a lot of money, from the animators to the studio heads. Of course, they were the worst at it. And now all the new studios popping up, but doing it cheap and fast. And so we just had this glut of a lot of bad 2D movies for a while there.
Well, they were very expensive because now they're paying.
They were really expensive. Yeah.
So the budgets were going up and they couldn't sustain that kind of profit. They're not all going to make Lion King dollars when they come out in the theaters. It's not realistic. Yeah. But the studio heads had this expectation that each one's going to make more and more and more, because we had seen that already through the 90s. Each movie Disney produced made more and more and more. They thought, I don't know why, but they thought that was going to continue, and we just need to get the right talent and the right staff in place and hold on to them and just churn that butter, man.